Yo, Kingearner coming to y'all live and direct. I know everybody is happy, together, smiling, laughing, and honored at the fact that there will be no more rat videos. The reason why there won't be no more rat videos is the fact that you have to understand. You don't understand. The guy that's been doing legal things all his life, or the one who went and got an honorable education with dealing with these children, I understand because I was these children. So I wasn't going to stop speaking on rats until the children came to me, the children that's in my Honor Your Life campaign in Philadelphia. They came to me. They said, Kingearner, we got everything understood and we know what you mean. And we made a decision to not even go that route. Now, mind you, I can't tell you of every person I got in my campaign. The reason why is because some of them at a time have to be reminded not to join back in the street. So it's a little struggle from time to time. But what I get from these children is that they trust me. They trust me with their personal life. They trust me with their personal business. And their parents trust me also. So I know when they're serious and when they're not. And for the most part, half of the Honor Your Life campaign, you know, is 27 children. So we got about 14 children, 13 children to be exact, that kind of took my policy and said, you know what? No streets. We're going to try to go the legal way as long as we have these positions in play for you to, for us to work. And I made sure that happened, you know. And, you know, I'm not the richest guy, but guess what? They're smiling. I'm happy. I'm on hands. All you got to do is go to my Instagram, Kingearner1. When you go to my Instagram, you're going to notice that I'm like hands-on with the children. I'm not one of the guys that use the platform for just talking. Majority of the time, I'm talking to my group of children or I'm talking to the children in the schools. Now, I want for people to understand that who you have in front of you is not a perfect individual. I have a past that's terrible. Some of the things you will hear about me, you will say to yourself, I don't know if I should trust this guy. And I'm going to tell you that it's not up for you to trust me. It's up for your child to trust me. And majority of the children would trust me, but they can understand and love and trust me because they're allowed to be around me. You know why? I'm not a pedophile. I never have been. And guess what else? I have never in my life, never ever in my life, signed a statement against anyone. I have never in my life dry snitched on anyone. I have never in my life cooperated with the police because you know what? At the time, the side of the street I was on, we don't intermingle. And it's still like that. The reason why it's still like that is because it could never be a time where I just give an individual up that I can help myself. Now, I want for the youngest to understand that coming out of elementary school and going into middle school is a big task for them. The reason why it's a big task is because you have to understand that you can't get bad grades in middle school. You know, when I say you can't get bad grades, you can, and you can come up and you can still work yourself up to go to that honorable college, but they want to see how you grade. So you want to stay away from latencies and suspensions and stuff. Things you can avoid, and pay attention to education. And I'm promising you, if you're doing education, you ain't going to have to worry about getting into no trouble because the people who get in trouble, like how I used to get in trouble in school, we stayed away from the positive individuals. So that's where you got a clear road at. But once you get to like 7th and 8th grade, you're going to be getting a lot of, especially for sports, a lot of colleges, a lot of different academic people that's going to be looking at you. You want to make sure your education is number one before anything, especially my young men that's in the sports, especially my young ladies that's in the sports. Education is first because you can get the big buck and don't have an education. I'm not going to bring up individuals because when I speak to y'all directly, no one else has to do with it. It's just us, and we speak about the past and trying to better things. College. My son goes to University of Pittsburgh. His mother and them made sure while I was in prison doing the wrong thing, they took on his mother and his stepfather. They took on the responsibilities of honorable people and made sure that they held my boy down. And now he's there engineering, doing the right thing. But he's always been educated. I have other children that wasn't as educated, but they're just as smart. They're brilliant also. but their path goes a little harder. And I'm using my children so the single parents or the parents at home, period, can take an example and say, okay, I understand what he means, because I'm not just pointing the finger. But because my other children are a little bit not as academic as he is, their struggle was a little different, whereas though they have to work harder at doing things. Now, he's going to school to be in engineering. My middle son, he doesn't know actually what he want to do or what he want to be. So he's struggling in the work field right now, but he keeps a job. I had to tell him last week, listen, if you, this is what you got to do, boy. You can't beat no system. Go to work, do your 9 to 5 regular before they fire you. Don't try to get over, don't try to get out. Do your job. When they say something to you, do what they say. That's your boss until you're able to become your own boss. Now, while working in middle school, you have to set a schedule with time. You have to write down, this is what I'm going to do in the middle of the day, and this is what I'm going to do at night. You have to separate the two. If you work in the morning time, all right, well, you wouldn't be able to work in the morning time, but if you work after school, boom, know that after school, get straight to your homework. You know what I mean? I don't care if you're in the bus, subway, whatever. You got to get to it. You got to be able to think in all atmospheres. Just like my ball players, you want to be able to take that jump shot, man, with people, you know, in your ear yelling and screaming, I missed the shot, miss it. You want that type of, you know, burden on you so you can learn how to fight it off, and it's ease. So if you're on a bus, going home, subway, make sure you're doing your homework. If you're not, as soon as you get home, do your homework. Do the things you need to do, like studying. Don't say, I'm tired, and lay down, because we'll start getting into other things like our telephone, like the computers, conversations, and things of this nature. Now, everybody's not going to be able to go to college. Some is going to have to do what? Take up a trade. And some individuals is going to have a rocky road than others. Some may go to jail, get locked up, catch cases for things that they see others doing and try to involve themselves. I don't want you guys to stop there, because you still can go to a community college and get to the best college you want. Many have done it. Stay focused and stay away from individuals that's going to bring you down. Number one way you can know a person is going to bring you down, every time you have hope or you speak of something, they say, that won't be able to happen. You're going to fail there. You're not going to be able to do it. Those are the type of people you stay away from. Of course, we already know to stick away from the people that's selling the drugs, the people that's doing the wrong things. And if you do get caught up, catch yourself from time to time and say, I may not be able to have money because I'm in school. I may have to struggle and get a little job because I don't have the richest parents in the world or the parents that have money, period. Or maybe I'm taking care of my own family. Whatever the case may be, you must stay focused on a right path, no matter how long it takes for you to move on to the next step, because you have to remember you're a child still, you're a teenager, and once you get older is when the benefits of real money and things of this nature, but it can start young if you get you a trade. But we'll talk about trades is usually when you know that you're not college bound. You know what I mean? You feel it in your heart. But if you feel it, go for it. Go for that. Don't just sit back and be like, I can't do it. There's no way, because you can do it. And I know you can do it. I know majority of y'all can do it. I want for anybody to have any questions, leave the comments at the bottom. I will not be responding to the people who's looking for attention. I won't, but I will leave your comment up so everybody can see, because you feel like you want to get something off your chest. A lot of individuals, and I want the youngest to pay attention. A lot of individuals that know that you changed now, they're going to pick at you. Pick at you, pick at you. The reason why they're going to pick at you is because they're jealous of your success. You're going to find out the ones that's right there with you with success, they're going to be jealous of you more than anything. They're going to be throwing the hooks, the lefts, the jabs. You got to be able to get out of that. But most of all, dudes that's like myself that been in jail, felons, I've been in the Fed, state, county, whatever, I've been there. And you got to realize that you're worth more than that. Only way you're allowed to really go at people is if they come at you and you trying to defend yourself. Other than that, stay neutral. If you've been in the streets and you bust your pistol at a time, or you stab people, or you done negative things, they know to stay away from you. They won't go too far. They may talk on platforms and say things, but they're not going to come face to face with you and try to do so. Let them talk. Before you know it, that's going to breeze by. But know that people that have a platform like you, when they talk also, and they say things bad about you, you better not respond, because it's only negativity. And your business or whatever you're doing will grow from them. I learned that. I had some honorable brothers that had a wave that I was a part of in reference to video production and things of that nature and positivity. And these people became good friends of mine, my loved ones, my brothers. People see their wave and try to take shots at me just to get me to be bent out of shape. But my thing is that you can't do it anymore. I had almost 30 years, 20 years, man, of snapping on people, you know what I mean? Making bad decisions, doing things that I got no business doing. So you think that after I change that you can get me to make a bad decision? You can't. I'm going to tell you the way you can get me to make a bad decision is if you try to harm me and my family. And then those decisions become bad in my heart, but not in the world we live, because it's called defense. I got a Jew lawyer. Everybody know that Jew lawyers are the best, and I always had one. But for the most part, you're going to get that antagonizing, and you have to ignore it. Just like when you're in school and somebody keeps touching you on your shoulder and try to, get you all revved up, and you snap out. You can't do it, man. I learned the hard way in reference to my own violence. I learned the hard way because of some of the bad decisions that I have made in my past have hurt family members, you see? When you start becoming an honest individual, you're able to pinpoint things that you've done wrong and say, yo, I never want to go back down that road again. When you're able to do that, you're able to actually build your family and build yourself, but you're able to build others around you because they look and see your positivity. So in class, someone's calling you out your name, ignore him. He's not kicking you or punching you or hitting you. Ignore him. After school, he wants to fight you. Ignore him. He comes up to you. The minute he puts his hands on you is the minute you react. You know why? You're able to. You're able to defend yourself in the world that we live in. United States of America, we're able to defend ourselves. So know that defense should not be offense. It shouldn't even have an inch of it. Like people come and telling you, so-and-so said this about you. So what? They just said it to you. They didn't say it to me. Bottom line, never get bent out. That was one of the number one things in my neighborhood that individuals to always get me sent to jail by. This person says something about you. Boom, I'm going about it. Here you go. Shooting up stuff. Jail. The same guys pointing on me. I remember the whole, man, I ain't getting into that. But at the end of the day, you must stay focused in order to go to the next step. You guys are on my level. Forget me trying to be past you guys and I'm not your friends and all that. I am your friends. I'm your homie. I'm your brother. I'm Brizzo. I'm everything except for a sucker, chump, and a rat. So you're allowed to call me on numbers and we're able to help each other. Anybody have a problem in school, DM me at Kingearner1 on Instagram and make sure that you come and you tell me what's the problem. Anybody have a problem with money going to school? I'm not rich, but I can put something together for you guys to get back and forth to school, trans passes, couple dollars for lunch, whatever the case may be, I can try to help. Just don't burn me out because the resources is not heavy. A lot of people, believe it or not, do not like to support people being positive. I don't know why, but that's really one of the number one problems we're having in our community, because you'll hear all the people cry for witness from what you call it, Town Watch. Oh my gosh, I don't like this stuff going on. Okay, we need a basketball court at the corner of so-and-so and so-and-so. Oh, we don't have that. We had to do this. Okay, you don't have that, but you're upset about Slow Joe from Idaho sitting on your steps all day with nothing to do. Let's come together as a team. This is teamwork. This ain't about nothing negative. Leave the rats where they are. This is what part of life we at now. You guys have caught up to me. Leave the rats there. Deal with men on the same page as you. That way you don't even have to get caught up in that. I'm Kingearner from the Honor Your Life campaign. I want for the youngins to realize that they're worth a lot, whether you black, orange, and green, white, purple. But I really want my black brothers to understand that you're worth kingdoms and kingdoms and kingdoms and kingdoms, because that's where we come from. So I'm not upset at you for the flashy whip that's in your jeans. I'm not upset at you for the crown that you like to wear with your hair how it is. I'm not upset at you for the $1 million watch you want to wear. I'm not upset at you for that because you earned it legally. And guess what? Those that aren't, I'm upset at that. You know why? Because you're not thinking of a plan to get out. Remember, I always tell y'all, an EIN number get you out of the game into a more better game that's legal, that you don't have to worry about the government taking your money. And guess what else you don't have to worry about? Being tricked by deception. I will be speaking out on that again. That will be my next topic, but it will be going into what college is really about. Because a lot of the youngins, they want to go there, but it's not a party house. It's not a place for our sisters or any woman to go and get pregnant. It's like the Marines or the armies, isn't it? It's not a place for you to go get pregnant, and it's not a place for the brothers to go have sex with the women and get them pregnant. It's a place to go get some knowledge. I know a lot of y'all go to the army so y'all can get your education, and I respect that. Kingearner live and direct. Tune in, man. HonorableEarners.com. Get your shirts. Get them ASAP on HonorableEarners.com.